Hey, what's up you guys, it's Connor, and today I'm going to be changing up the way that I do my wrap-ups. A bunch of people are also doing this as well this year, and I've decided that I think that this is just going to be a better format for me. Nook, hi buddy. Nook is right here. You want to see him? Say hi, buddy. He's not happy about it. So basically, instead of doing monthly wrap-ups, I'm going to do the last 5 books that I've read at one time. Just because some months I'm going to be reading a lot, some months I'm not going to be reading as much. So it'll just even out and I'll just put out videos whenever I finish the next 5 books. Also, at the end of every month, there's always like a million videos to watch and I get behind, and I just think that these videos can be shorter and better. So I don't know what I'm going to call these. I think I'm going to call it like 2016 reads, and then like books 1 through 5 or something like that. I am not sure. The first book that I read this year was the second book in the, what is this even called? The Sword of Shannara by Terry Brooks. The book is called, what is it called? Elfstones of Shannara. It's been a little while since I finished this book, but I really didn't like it. I ended up giving this book 1 star, and this is probably one of only 2 books that I've ever given 1 star to. I really didn't like it. I didn't really care about the characters at all. I didn't like the writing. It was super repetitive. It was super repetitive. It just had no qualities that I liked, so I don't even know how I finished it, to be honest. I think it was because I was buddy reading it with a bunch of people and they were also not enjoying it, so it was like kind of fun. I hate a book so much with everyone else. It was weird, but yeah, I do not recommend anyone to read this book. Also, the TV show is way different from the book. Like, I didn't really like the TV show either, but it is totally not even the same thing. They've taken the characters' names and kind of the main problem a little bit, but that's pretty much it. It was pretty predictable as well. I just am done talking about this book. I just don't like it. The next book that I read was the second book in the Deadlock trilogy by P.T. Hilton, and that is A Place Without Shadows. I read the first book towards the end of last year, and I really enjoyed that one. I gave it a 4.5 stars out of 5 stars, and I gave this one a 4 stars out of 5 stars. I really did enjoy it. I really like the writing style. It brings up a lot of questions at the beginning of the book, and then throughout the story, you're slowly answering all the questions, and it's a hard genre to pin down. It's kind of a mystery thriller science fiction fantasy book. I think it's science fiction, not fantasy. I'm not sure how to say what this book is. But in the first book, a guy named Frank is released from prison, and then he goes back to his hometown and he finds out that all of these weird things are starting to happen. Well, not starting, they've been happening, and he's just now found out about them. And this one guy has taken over their town, and there are these things that you cannot leave the town or else you are gonna get killed and stuff like that. It is crazy and awesome. So this book took the story in like a totally different direction. It actually spends a lot of time in a different place, not Rook Mountain, which is where the first book is set. And it was really interesting how he explored this other place and the magic stuff, science fiction-y stuff, I don't know, how he set everything up with that. It was really cool, really awesome. PT's also a booktuber, so I'll leave a link down in the description to his channel, and I do recommend this book. Don't read the Elfstones of Shannara, read this book instead. So I've really enjoyed this series so far. I'm definitely going to continue on. I have the 3rd book already, so I would like to finish this trilogy up sooner rather than later. As you guys probably know, I turned 24 this month in January, and so for my birthday, a few booktubers actually ended up sending me gifts, and Kayla from Bookadoodles was one of those, and she sent me The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein for my birthday, and I read it immediately. I was like, oh my gosh, I did not expect this book at all. I want to start collecting Shel Silverstein's books, and this one is going to be the first one because it is amazing. I obviously gave this book 5 stars. It's only like 60 pages or something like that, but it is like just a children's picture book, and it's amazing. It's about a boy who just takes and takes and takes from this tree, and it is very sad. It's very sad. And the artwork is like super simplistic. It's just like a tree and this boy, but it is so good. Like, if you were a child and you didn't read this book, I don't know what your parents were doing, because it is that good. I also love when people have the sticker on their computer, like their Apple computers, where it's the tree and it has the apple, like the tree reaches down and has that apple symbol as the apple, and the boy's like reaching up for it. It's so cute. I just, thanks Kayla, I love it, and I gave it 5 stars again if I didn't say that already. I read a lot of shorter books for the first 5 because I don't know why, I was just doing that. The next book that I read was volume 7 of Fairy Tale by Hiro Mashima. I've talked about fairy tale a lot on my channel, but it's about this wizarding guild, and there's different types of magic. There are so many different types of magic in here, and the guild fairy tale is one of the strongest guilds around, and also their members are like so weird. Like every single one of them is very bizarre and very entertaining and very lovable, and I just love it so much. If you're curious, this is kind of what the artwork looks like, and at the beginning of every chapter it has one of the people in the guild, and it has like a little description about them, and I just think it's really awesome. This one, I ended up giving it 4 stars or 4.5 stars out of 5 stars because it's literally just action. It's just a huge battle throughout the entire thing. Action, action, action. So it wasn't as good as some of the other volumes, but I still really, really did enjoy it. And the 5th book that I read in 2016 is going to be The Caretaker's Guide to Fablehaven by Brandon Mull and illustrated by Brandon Dorman. This is a companion novel to the Fablehaven series, and you cannot read this book until after you have finished that book because it has spoilers. I know I said before that it didn't have spoilers, but I hadn't read it then. It does have spoilers. It has a lot of spoilers, so don't read it unless you don't care about being spoiled or you've already finished the series. But the artwork is amazing, and it's just one of those like cool things to have like in addition to the series if you're kind of wanting to know what some of the things look like. It's just awesome. Also, this book has a preview to the next series that's coming out called Dragon Watch, and each thing that has a fairy next to it is something that's going to be used in the next series, which I thought was really cool and really interesting. So I ended up giving this book a 4 stars out of 5 stars because it doesn't give very much information besides all the information that you already know from reading all the books. Like, it's just kind of a repeat of that information with some pictures. So I did really like it, but it's not necessary or anything like that. But I am very happy to have it, and Kayla sent me this book as well. So I read 2 books this month that Kayla sent me, so thank you very much, Kayla. I love you a lot. So those are the first 5 books that I read this year. Let me know down in the comments what you're currently reading, and if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!